Hi everyone. I hope you're all doing really well. So today I want to just speak of the month of June and what this is presenting for twin flames, especially for divine feminines on the journey. And I feel that this is a very, very powerful month which has an excellent opportunity of transformation for the divine feminines. Now, why I say that is because there are multiple reasons for it. So, first of all, it's just the 2nd of June today, and essentially, you will be having a full moon tomorrow, which always is a very powerful, time because it basically brings up anything that lays buried inside of you. So, if you have deep emotions or, anything which has been troubling you, maybe from childhood, from the past, it can be, like past maybe lovers, or it can even be just people that you carried a lot of guilt around. So for instance, it can be relationships where maybe there was unrequited love, maybe somebody loved you and you did not love them, right? And you carried a lot of guilt around it. It can be something from your school days, or your first or the second relationship in your teen years, or something of the sort. So it's time to process all of that, to remove that kind of an energy. So I intuitively feel that this is a great time for you to release any kind of, you know, um, remnants of the past relationships, whether they were relationships where somebody really liked you a lot and you carried guilt for not reciprocating. A lot of, feminine energies tend to, have that. Or if there were any kinds of other regrets that you have, so any kind of a guilt or a regret that you're carrying in your system, it's time that you just sit with it. You can journal about it, you can process, you can, talk to your inner child, and you can forgive yourself, you can heal, you can release, and of course, come into your power. Never feel guilty about how you're really feeling, you know. So, this full moon can be very potent for you to go within and heal those deep emotions that many of you may have already released. But remember that this is a journey where the healing has a spiral, way of coming up. It doesn't just come up, that you complete a cycle and you're out of it. More and more stuff keeps coming up for you to heal. So just honor that, allow that to come out and heal that. And another way in which this is a very powerful month, of course, there is a 6-6 portal. You can't really always underestimate the power of the portal energies because of the repeating numbers and the frequencies and all of that. So essentially, anywhere you still have a negative way of thinking about anything in life, you still have any kind of a jealousy, envy, hatred, any kind of an irritation or something like that, just become fully aware of it this time. Awareness, solves majority of the issue. Just become aware of, okay, this is how I feel, and then tell yourself that you're in control of the situations, that you are not going to give in to the external triggers. But this is, your conscious awareness that that the external is not something you can always control, but you can control your response to those situations. So take a few moments before you respond to anything and analyze why something makes you feel bad, why something makes you feel low. If there is a particular person in your life, maybe in your family, or in your office or anywhere else, and you inevitably have to see them. So try to see, what part within you are they inciting, or are they bringing to your notice? Is there something that they are highlighting? Maybe you need to have more boundaries. Maybe you need to become fearless of their opinion. This is such a difficult thing that sometimes we really care about relationships and we want them to work out. We want peace, and just to maintain peace, we allow people to walk all over us or to just say anything to us and get away with it and all of that, right? So what do you need to do there? Ask your spirit guides for support if you're in such a situation. So I feel that this is a very powerful time, at least this next maybe 5-6 days. If you can look at all the negative emotions that you're carrying and start to release them. And of course, if you have any other kinds of blocks with regards to your abundance, for instance, maybe do you feel that you're blocking money coming into your life, or are you blocking your twin flame connection as well? And what are the fears which are underneath such a blocking? You can work with that. You can work with releasing limiting beliefs, releasing any kinds of fears that come up. Beliefs, of course, do have they do impact the way we think, and then they tend to impact the emotion that we experience because of the way we think. And because of this, it really does impact the kind of inaction that we end up taking, the kind of results that we end up having. So there is a whole cycle that negative beliefs can start. So it's very useful to identify the beliefs that you have. What you can do is, you can work with any kinds of thoughts and emotions you're having and try to see what are the underlying beliefs that may be um, sort of igniting these thoughts, or giving that ammunition to these thoughts and emotions. So just look at it like that and try to see where those beliefs come from. Awareness is really important for you here. So awareness, remember, solves most of the problem. And if you can recall particular incidents which led to those beliefs being created, then yes, you must go back to those incidents and heal those parts of you and just reintegrate them into um, your energy again. You can do this with the help of guided meditations. You can use powerful visualization. You just have to be very honest and fearless when you're looking at your fears and you're looking at your beliefs. With regards to fears as well, I feel that fears are always trying to hide a certain kind of a pain, right? So for instance, if you, let us say, somebody is afraid of snakes, it's because you know that a snake bite can be very painful, it can be fatal. So hence you have the fear which tends to protect you, right? So what are you afraid of in your twin flame journey? Specifically, what are the fears that you have? Do you have fears of not being good enough? So look at that, look at why are you afraid of not being good enough? When were you made to feel that you weren't good enough? And of course, whenever that incident happened, you felt really bad. And this is probably why you may yourself be blocking your twin flame for coming in, from coming in, because of, a lack of self-esteem, or a sense of, I don't even know if my twin is um, that interested, or if I am as good as them. I mean, they are everything and I am probably not as good. So this lack of self-esteem is a major problem in almost all divine feminines that you have to heal, right? This is where you become the warrior of light, because you come into self-love. And this is, a very important thing that you can work on. You can make this the month of self-love. You really can make June the month of self-love. Looking deep within and understanding where you're not loving yourself, where you're rejecting yourself, what ideas you hold about your body, mind. What does your body want from you? Does your body want more exercise? Does your body want, to wake up early? Ask yourself what your complaints are from yourself. Where are you not showing up for yourself in a better way? Do you want more self-care, more self-love? Somebody had commented recently on one of my videos and mentioned that it's not just self-love, it's also self-care, which is really a very wonderful thing to think about, because self-care is essentially an expression of self-love. So it's not that just you love yourself, but it's also that are you expressing your love to yourself by caring for yourself. So this is something that we all can look into. How can we care more for ourselves? How can we care more for our bodies, our minds, our habits, our routines? Do you want to take up some kind of an exercise routine? Do you want to eat better for yourself or your body? Do you want to become more regular with your meditations? Do you want to have more of that time where you are fearlessly looking at the painful areas in your life? Because remember, fear is very crippling. The fear will not let you look at the painful areas. You'd rather go a whole long way avoiding looking at the parts of you that need to be looked at, because of the fear and because of the aversion that it creates within you. This is the ego's defense mechanism that you have to transcend. And similarly, if there is trauma that you hold on to, and even if you do not hold on to, most of us, I think all of us, have some kind of a trauma. You can really work with some trauma release exercises. You can work with some trauma release breath work. There is somatic breath work, there is rebirthing breath work. You can look this up and you can see what is really calling on to you right now. There are meditations on YouTube as well for releasing trauma, for just basically freeing yourself from all that layer of not feeling good enough, not feeling wholesome in yourself. So this is a very powerful month. And why I say again, that this is a powerful month is because 21st of June is the summer solstice in the northern hemisphere of the earth. So essentially, assuming that most people of the earth live in the northern hemisphere only, if you're also in the northern hemisphere, then this is an excellent time, the excellent last few weeks, so to speak, for us, for our energies to rise, for us to do a lot of work on ourselves. This is when the sun is with you, the sun is in support of you, the sun is in the northern hemisphere and reaching, more and more, it's going more and more towards the north, right? So essentially, this is a beautiful time when even in ancient Hindu times in India, when in ancient yoga and the times when everybody was very focused on liberation and all of that, they had been able to speak of how this is a time when your energies are supported by the sun. This is when this period between the winter solstice and the summer solstice is a period of intense growth for you. This is where you can really work on yourself. You can do a lot of physical work on yourself, mental, emotional, energetic work on yourself. So these are the last few weeks of it, and especially when it's speaking. And this is the wisdom of Sadhguru. I'm just sharing what he had shared about this, so you can even look up what he has to say about solstices and how they're very powerful. And itself, on the day of the solstice itself, you will see that there is a shift energetically as well. The shift is so powerful that even yogis who've been sitting in silence for years and years, will sort of wake up and adjust themselves a little bit, because the shift is so potent and they can feel it in their bodies. So you're going to go through that energetic shift of the solstice this month. And if you're in the northern hemisphere, this is an incredible time for you to make the best use of these last few weeks of the intense energy as well, right? And of course, astrologically speaking, I did read a post about how there are so many new conjunctions happening and there are planetary shifts happening and all of that. But I'm not very conversant, with astrology, so I will not go into that. But this is just what I'm feeling intuitively, at least with regards to the solstice, with regards to the beautiful full moon that we have on the 3rd of June, and the interval between this full moon and the next full moon. Next full moon is the full moon of, in India, it's the Guru Purnima. So essentially, it's the full moon where you honor your Guru. You honor, the one who has taken consideration and taken compassion on you, the one who guides you through everything in your life. We all have one Guru, whether or not that Guru is in an incarnate form or not, whether or not we found them or not, at the right time they will appear for us. So nonetheless, you can always start honoring, your Guru. And so essentially, this is a beautiful interval where you can work on yourself. This is amazing if you can cleanse, because so much energetic support is present to raise your energies, to raise, your physical and mental strength. So why not just start to work towards it? And a big part of raising our energies is also to release the old, to release, the blocks as well. So hence, the conversation I had with you all about releasing the blocks. And 21st June is the International Day of Yoga. So if you're, very inclined towards yoga as well, maybe you can give yourself a challenge that for the next, 2 weeks or 3 weeks till 21st of June, you're going to do yoga every day. And you can, there are YouTube channels on it, or if you have a yoga instructor, you can definitely start to learn yoga from there as well. And this is all I wanted to share with you all. So it's an incredible opportunity for you to transform. You can set your intentions for the month of June, in fact, that what do you really want to do in the month of June? What blocks you want to overcome this month? How do you want to come more into your self-love? What are the goals for your body, for your mind, for your spirit this month? How will you go and, have more self-care this month? What things will you do to honor yourself this month? So very potent energies, and your intentions can really make a lot of difference for you. And then you can always come back to this, around the 3rd or the 4th of July next month and try to see how your intentions paved way for you, how your month really was. Did you really achieve, what you had set out to achieve? because as divine feminines, you have so much support. There is so much power of your intention. There is so much manifestation capability in your basic intentions that they can manifest very, very easily. So just do this experiment and see how your intentions are served or they come into life in this month, and check back next month. All right. This is all I wanted to share. This was just to encourage you and give you a sense of direction. If this resonated with you, it's great. You can, of course, do any other thing, that you feel guided to do, any other thing that calls to you and all of that. And just, plan your month. So have a beautiful, wonderful day, and sending you lots of love. If you feel guided to book a one-on-one session with me, my email address is imacompletelife@gmail.com. You can write to me and ask for details. So have a beautiful day. Bye bye.